Hi everyone, good afternoon to all of you. Today I am going to discuss a new part of our topic financial market, that is money market. So here we are going to discuss only 4 parts, that is introduction to money market, next the basic feature or characteristics of a money market, next the objectives of money market, and the last one is the functions of a money market. Now we are going to discuss what is money market. Already we have discussed relating to the classification of financial market, that money market is a market for short term assets, or it is a market where financial assets or securities are traded over a short duration and the time period is generally within 1 year or less than 1 year. So the money market is a market for financial assets that are close substitute for money. It is a market for overnight short term funds and instruments having a maturity period of 1 or less than 1 year. It is not a place like the stock market, but an activity conducted by telephone. The money market constitutes a very important segment of the Indian financial system. Money market assures the lender that they can convert their short term financial assets into cash, and also assures the borrower that they can obtain short term funds rapidly. Money market meets the working capital requirement of trade, commerce and industry. So it is a market for short term financial assets where assets or securities are traded generally within 1 year or less than 1 year. Second, it can be easily converted into cash as the time period is very short. Next, it is not like a place just like stock market where securities are traded. The transactions are take place over telephone, and from the lender's point of view they can easily convert their assets into cash, and from borrower's point of view they can also easily get cash. And as money market is for a short term period, generally it meets the requirement of all type of investors, company or any type of organization to meet their day to day cash requirement. So next, the basic features or characteristics of a money market. First, it is a market purely for short term funds or financial assets, that is called near money. So money market is a market for short term assets or any type of financial assets. So that is market for short term period, that is called as a near money. Next, it deals with the financial assets having a maturity period of up to 1 year. So the time period in money market is maximum 1 year. Traded can be take place within 1 year, or maturity can be made within 1 year or less than 1 year. Third point, it deals with only those assets which can be converted into cash readily without loss and with minimum transaction cost. So that type of financial assets which are traded, which are having very less period convertibility and without any loss and at very low transaction cost, that can be easily converted into cash. Next point, generally transactions take place over phone. There is no formal place like stock exchange and as in case of a capital market. So in money market, transaction take place over phone. There is no particular place like capital market or in stock market where transaction take place at a particular place through registered brokers or dealers. So in money market that is not made. Everything can be done over phone. Next, transaction have to be conducted without the help of brokers. So here there is no brokers like in case of a stock market. Everything can be done through the brokers or the registered dealers. But in case of a money market there is no brokers as everything is done over telephone. Next, its principal feature is honor, where the credit worthiness of the participant is important. So in money market generally focus is given to the participant and the credit worthiness is taken into consideration. That is one of the most important feature. Its honor is to give credit worthiness to the participants. Next point, there are different players in money market: RBI, DFHI, mutual fund, different banks, corporate investors, non-banking finance companies, state government, provident fund, primary dealers, Securities Trading Corporation of India, public sector undertakings, non-resident Indians and overseas corporate bodies. So all are associated with a money market. Through these agencies the transaction can be take place. they are the participant or the players. Then it is a need based market where the demand and supply of money shape the market. So, as it is a market for short term, everything is made based on the demand. So, based on the demand and the supply, the price is determined. Next, what are the principal objectives of a money market? The following are the main important objectives. First one is to provide a parking place to employ short term surplus fund. So, investors having surplus funds, having no need in near future or within short period, they have to invest their money in money market. So, it is a market where short term funds are deposited with a very short period. Second objective is to provide a room for overcoming short term deficit. So, everybody having in need of money, those wants to need or having deficit, they can take the money and the transaction can be take place over phone and to meet the requirement or to fulfill or to meet the gap of the deficits. Next, to enable the central bank to influence and regulate liquidity in the economy. So, as it is very short period, liquidity can be taken place. Everybody those wants to take money within that short period, they can easily take back either from borrower side point of view or from lender's point of view. Next, to provide a reasonable access to users of short term funds to meet their requirement quickly, adequately and at a reasonable cost. So, money market is basically to meet the short term requirement, and that short term requirement can be made very quickly, adequately and with reasonable cost. The transaction price or the transaction cost is very low or at a reasonable price. The last part, that is the functions of a money market. To maintain monetary balance between demand and supply of a short term monetary transaction. So, money market plays an important role to meet the deficit between the demand and the supply of any type of a monetary transaction. Money market plays a very important role of making funds available to many units or entities engaged in a diversified field of activities, be it agriculture, industry, trade, commerce or any other business. So, whatever may be the business that relate to trade, commerce or industry or whether agricultural activities where short term deficits or requirement is there, day to day working capital is there, then money market fulfills that. That is the important function. Next, by providing funds to developing sector, it helps in growth of a economy also. So, money market also plays an important role to meet the short term deficits of the government or any other corporate sector, and also it plays an important role for the development of the economy. Another important feature that money market provides is discounting of a bill of exchange, which facilitates the growth of a trade. So, in case of a bill of exchange where the seller sells goods at a credit and accept a bill or draws a bill against the buyer, and without waiting for that period, the seller immediately discounts that bill in the bank and take the money. So, that plays an important role in case of a money market by discounting the bill of exchange and take the money by the seller. No doubt, it provides a base for the implementation of a monetary policy also. So, money market plays an important role for the implementation of a monetary policy for the development of the economy. So, when RBI sets monetary policy, in that case money market plays an important role. The last one is the money market provides opportunity for short term investment, which provides for short term savings, which in turn help formation of a capital base also. So, same thing, it provides one opportunity for short term requirements, as money market is for short period and it meets the requirement of a short term funds for the development of the company or the society or for the development of the economy as a whole. Thank you all.